before he comes to paint. So, and he just watched the films, how to do it, and I was just ready for it.
How much more difficult is it to guard you when the three-pointers are going, when you're shooting with confidence like right
now? It can be difficult, because I can go, I don't want to be like, I can kill it, all that, but it just opened my game because I can dribble inside too, and I can create some plays, it's going to be, hopefully, I prove that my three-point and the next season, so it can open my game and help my teammates in the same time.
And that was a stretch where you were kind of talking about, like, not feeling like yourself, kind of having stuff going on. I guess, what's kind of changed for you over the past couple weeks where it's starting to put up numbers that we're used to seeing from
you? To be honest, I had some lower back issues, and I kind of like took 2 games off. And, I think that stretch kind of helped me a little bit. And we had that 2 days off between the games too. So I think those games kind of helped me on my lower back, coming back stronger, and mentally, that's we are in the point right now. I need to get stronger and, to play how I used to play and get ready for the playoffs. So that's what I'm in mental right now. And, just going forward, that's going to be.
How do you determine when you want to take the three-pointer?
Sometimes I just don't feel it. And when I feel it, I just shoot it. And, I made the first one, and then second one, he was still waiting in the paint. And then, I made the second one and third and fourth and fifth. And, like, what I'm saying, going like that, you know what I mean? And then it was just, like, about feeling, man. Trusted it. I just need to be disciplined with my shot. Stay focused on my confidence, So going forward, that's what I'm going to do.
What do you think about what Tari's done these last 2 games?
Tari being amazing for us, happy to have him back because he's really important for us. We've been talking to him. He's really one of the key guys for us and the team, and he's now understanding that too, and he just, goes over there, does what he's doing, killing it, crushing and everything. So that's really important for us.
Tari, how important was it for you to be able to bring that energy back to the game that your teammates needed?
Very important. We had a team meeting, and we kind of got everything out and kind of understood what expectations are, and guys just told me, we need you.
And kind of attack him.
Yeah, they said we need you, and that's all it was. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate Alpi through this stretch. I mean, he's sent me stuff. He's just spoke confidence into me. A lot of these guys have really, tried to help me keep my head up. So I appreciate Alpi for sure and the rest of these guys.
What do you think that says about the chemistry and of this team and the fact that you guys have each other's backs?
I mean, everybody goes through things. Everybody goes through little slumps, or whatever the case may be. I've never been through one. This is my first one. But everybody goes through this stuff. And just, me and Alpi and Jabari and Aman and even Kay, like, we just all want each other to succeed, We all know that we can't do this alone. We can't do this just one guy, just 2 guys. It's a unit, so we're all trying to pick each other up as much as possible.
What was the overall message in the meeting beyond just guys talking to you?
I mean, everybody knows, everybody sees we need him. And he kind of knows too, but he was just in his head too much. And we were just like, telling him, like, we really need you. And I think it helped him a little bit. It comes from everybody's head, what I mean? And inside of everybody, we don't just talk behind him or, like, one-on-one. It was just, like, Yeah. Front of everybody. I think that's helped him a lot more because we were just kind of in the point. We really need you, what I mean? And he's one of the guys brings the energy to this team. That's what he's been doing last 4 years. So, we kind of just, tell him we need you to win. And that's what he does. And right now, he's bringing the juice, the defense, because I would say he started the season so good with the shooting three, but that's like, he shoots really good, but that's not really Tari game, what I mean? He just like defense, offense, rebound, everything. And I think he was kind of forget about that, and he was just standing in the three-point line. And now you guys see, full court pressure and everything, because it's hard to beat him, and that's what I understand right now.
When was the team meeting, and was it centered around you specifically, or was it more for the entire team?
When was it? It was Memphis. So it felt like it was pretty centered around me, to be honest with you. But it was overall just a concern and just wasn't like directly like pointing at me negatively. It was more so positive. It was more so affirmations. It was more so everybody kind of trying to lift me up. We flying to Memphis. That was the year kind of anniversary of my father's death, so I was already kind of mentally going through some things just with everything. So everybody just being there for me and embracing me, that was important.
What was Tari, talk about that? Tari, talk about that difficult time. As a player, you love basketball so much. How was it going through that slump, knowing that basketball being your first love wasn't there for you?
It's definitely difficult. There are ups and downs to this game. There's highs, there's lows. One day they love you, the next day they hate you. So, ultimately, I knew how blessed I was. I was never too down. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I take care of my family. My mom loves me. My brother loves me. My guys, know who I am. So, at the end of the day, I can never really be too down. But, when the main thing's not going right, it's definitely hard. And I just try to embrace it as much as possible. Embrace the tough times. Embrace the discomfort. Embrace the negative comments. All of it, just so I can, know when I get out of it, it just kind of it'll be that much better.
And you kind of joked